OnePlus 12. This is an amazing smartphone, but I think it has been overshadowed by the S24 Ultra. And I've seen a lot of people, including you, E, that have compared it to the S24 Ultra, and I think that's an unfair comparison because the OnePlus 12 is actually priced around £400 or $500 less compared to the S24 Ultra. It starts at $800 or £849, which kind of brings it more in line with the Samsung Galaxy S24 standard version. Not even the S24 Plus, because it's $200 less compared to the S24 Plus, right? And I think that's very important when reviewing this device, that we need to remember just to put things into perspective, right? So it's an excellent smartphone. We've got this sort of marble texture. I don't know which version you've got. I've got this green one, which
Yeah, I've got the same one as well.
looks a little bit like a tabletop, but it's nice. It's different. It's interesting, right?
Yeah.
And in terms of my impressions over using it, over the past few weeks, it's got a beautiful display. One thing that it's got that the S24 Ultra does not have is a partial peak of up to 4,500 nits, which is mad.
4,600 nits.
4,600.
Yeah.
Those 4,500. Anyway, close enough. 100 nits at that range. And it's also got a curved display. So if you didn't like the fact that the S24 Ultra does not have a curved display, guess what? The OnePlus 12 does have a curved display. But yeah, I mean, overall impressions, the cameras, are the same as the OnePlus Open, right? So you're getting very good quality cameras. And you've got the 8 Gen 3. So in terms of performance, yes, it might not be right there when it comes to the S24 Ultra when you look at benchmarks and things like that, but it's $500 less. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I think I understand that viewpoint with the pricing, but I also look at it as the viewpoint that both of them are considered flagships by each manufacturer. But I have to give OnePlus props though, because it's been a while. We've made fun of them over the years. I was personally annoyed with some of the stuff they've done in the past, and I'm glad to see them now bringing in some really serious competition with the device. I think one thing to add to the OnePlus is that you still get a charger in the box. You get a really fast charger in the box, a 100-watt charger. You also get 50 watts wireless charging as well, something that Samsung has now just officially just retired from, at least from my standpoint, and when it comes to those kind of speeds and charging and things like that. So I think, because I got the question a lot, and I saw people's responses about, which device will I pick? And one of the responses I got on the Samsung side was, when I did my trade-ins, I got my device for $800, a smartwatch, and bigger storage. So for me, it's a win. And I'm getting a Galaxy device. And then on the other side, some people were talking about the charging and, the fast charging, fast wireless charging, and the fact that, it's just a, competition to Samsung. Not necessarily saying that it's better or worse. It's more like it's competition. And yes, the OnePlus does compete really well. I think it's a really solid device. I think moving forward, I would like to see OnePlus bringing something else to the device that differentiates it a bit more. And I know a lot of people will talk about, I know people are going to start typing and going, but you've got faster charging. Here's the thing. As much as I didn't like the initial idea that Apple removed the charger from the box, in general, nowadays, it's fine. I think it's absolutely fine that we don't have a charger in the box. That's just extra waste. I still want OnePlus to keep its 100-watt charging because they've done that for several years now. So you picking up a charger or you buying like an Anchor charger or something, that has multiple ports, that's not a problem. But I need to see something else on the device, because if you want to do the comparison, I can mention the S Pen and then the AI features. Granted, some people will say it's coming to other devices, but hey, we don't know yet.
This is the thing. I think one of the things that, made the S24 Ultra stand out was some of these features which people were like, you know what, okay, some of these are gimmicky maybe to them, but like some are like, you know what, I can see myself using that. And that's quite useful because they did feature pack it completely, and they've also said 7 generations of OS updates. And it's just like, wow, okay, fine, sign me up. Now, with the OnePlus, there weren't any of these, bells and whistles, shall we call it, right? There weren't any of these AI features and things like that. But also, they're doing 4 years of OS updates, 5 years of security updates. Now, traditionally, let me just say, traditionally, that would be like, oh, that's amazing. But now when you've got
Yes.
Google and Samsung promising 7 years, it's like, oh, actually, that's 4 years of, OS updates doesn't sound as good. So this is where I think, some of these things where Samsung really shines on. The OnePlus maybe doesn't get there, but I still think it's a really good option. I mean, it's got a 5,400 milliamp hour battery. That's a big battery, right? So not only do you have a bigger battery, it's going to charge faster because you've got the charger that's included out of the box, right? And
Yes.
this is where I think, OnePlus, and again, like cameras, usually you'd say that, OnePlus cameras are not that good. The OnePlus 12 and the OnePlus Open have excellent cameras. They're very, very good cameras.
Yeah. No, I think they've come up with a very good package this year. I'm really impressed with what OnePlus has done. So, I mean, as a fan of the brand and as a fan of just competition especially, it's good to see OnePlus get rejuvenated and come back up. But again, when you're in this space where you're competing against Samsung, your biggest competition is Samsung. The value proposition of price is great. The extra features that you need to add to that is something that I would love to see more. So that there's a difference. And if you can bring those features with a value proposition as well, then it kind of negates, a lot of things that where you're going, okay, yes, I may not have an S Pen, but Samsung, do you have this?
Now, I get the comparison of flagship versus flagship, but I think, once again, you have to remember that the OnePlus 12 should be compared to the S24, not the S24 Ultra, because of its price. That's what it's priced at, right? And I know psychologically we make that comparison of flagship versus flagship, but I think that's something that a lot of people do have to remember, because this one should be compared to the S24, not the S24 Ultra. And OnePlus is actually offering some great deals on the OnePlus 12. You get double the storage. So for $799, you're going to be getting the 512 gigabytes of storage, plus you get some free earphones in the UK. $899 for the 512 gigabyte version. Again, you get some free OnePlus earphones as well. I think it's a great deal. OnePlus 12. I, again, can also recommend this phone. It's, I can recommend the S24 Ultra, but if you don't have $1,300 or £1,250 and you want to get something that's going to be great for around the $800 or £850 mark, OnePlus 12.